Good evening, guys. Welcome back. And today we are going to have the live session on how can you actually generate leads with Google Display Ads here. All right. So, my dear friends, my dear students, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get future notification updates. So, what we are going to do here is first, we will discuss the concepts in the documentary file and then we will do the practicals as well. Okay, so a quick recap, right? So, with my 20 years of experience in digital marketing, right, in Google Ads, so I'm going to share the 40 actionable steps on how can you set up Google Display Ads. So, my dear friends, my dear students, what is required actually when you are setting up a Google display ads campaign? Now we have studied search ads, we have studied YouTube ads, video ads, right? Now we need to understand what are the core fundamentals required to set up the display ad campaign, right? So the most important prerequisite is you have to understand your audience and goals. What is the core requirement of my audience and what is the goal you would like to achieve, right? So most important pointer here is you have to define your ideal customer, right? So you have to clearly outline their demographics, interests, behaviors and pain points. This is one. Second, you have to set clear objectives. So, what could be the objective of the campaign? It could be lead generation, brand awareness, traffic, or it could be a combination as well. And then you have to identify the key performance indicators. So, now what are the KPIs basically? You have to understand the metrics like it could be click to ratio, okay? It could be conversion rate, okay? It could be cost per lead or return on ad spend. That's ROAS, right? Okay, so I hope I am making it pretty clear to everyone. Yes, okay, so now let's move forward. Okay, so now we will understand what it is all about, the campaign structure and setup. So let's say if you want to set up the Google Display Ads campaign, right? So what is going to be the setup and structure? So first thing is you have to isolate display ads, okay, for better management. Okay, completely separate display ads. Okay, then you have to choose the right ad network. Okay, so when you are setting up the Google Display Ads campaign, you have to opt for Google Display Network for broader reach. Now you might be wondering, so what is the bidding strategy should I select when I'm setting up the Google Display Ads campaign, right? So consider targeting CPA, that's cost per action, or ideally I would suggest that you should opt for maximize conversions for lead focused campaigns. Then you need to have a realistic budget. So ideally you could allocate a specific budget based on your campaign goals. You can start between 1000 to 2000 rupees per day. Then you have to implement strong negative keywords, okay, to prevent irrelevant impressions. So this is what you have to do. Okay, so I hope you understood the concepts. So let's understand the further concepts. Now you might be wondering, okay, now we have understood the part 1, part 2. Now moving forward to part 3, it's all about targeting your audience. So now we will talk about how are you going to leverage your demographics. So when you're setting up the Google Display Ads campaign, you have to target specific age, gender and parental status depending on the needs of your target customer. Then you have to utilize interest. Okay, so you have to align your ad with relevant hobbies and passions. So now I'll tell you how this can be done in practicals. Then you can also explore topics. You can reach user interested in your industry or related subjects. Then you can refine placements. You can select websites and apps that align with your target audience, or you could consider remarketing. You could target previous website visitors for higher conversion rate. But my dear friends, here is the main glitch here. When you are setting up a Google Display Ads campaign, you should only offer one targeting. So your campaign structure should be one campaign, one ad group. Okay, in one ad group you can either have two ads and you should only have one targeting. If you select all targetings in your campaign will go at a mess. Make sure if you select your placements, if you select topics, if you select remarketing, if you select keywords, everything in one campaign, it will definitely go at a mess. So always opt for one targeting. Yeah, clear? Then we'll talk about how are you going to create compelling ad creative. Now this is very important, my dear students. You have to create engaging visuals. So first thing is, when you are creating Google Display Ads campaign, you have to research a competitor's ads. So I'll tell you how this can be done, okay, in the practicals. First thing is, you have to utilize high quality images or videos that grab attention. Then your headline has to be convincing. Yeah, you have to clearly convey your value proposition. Then you have to develop strong ad copy. You have to highlight the benefits, address pain points, and then you have to test different ad formats. You have to experiment with image ad. You could also experiment with text ad, or you could experiment with responsive display ads or video ads as well. Okay, where your length of the video is in landscape format, it could be within 30 seconds. Then you could also implement ad extension. In display ads, you could implement ad extension like phone number or lead form, right? So that you could do, right? Now we will talk about landing page optimization. When you're setting up a Google Display Ads campaign, what is important here is you need to have a dedicated landing page. Okay, so you have to design your page specifically for your ad campaign. So this is very important, right? Okay, to improve the quality score for your campaign. Then you have to match the ad copy to the landing page. This is the most important pointer which many of my students miss when they are setting up the campaign. You have to match the ad content. Whatever content is there in your landing page, that has to be exactly correlated. Okay, so you have to ensure consistency in your messaging. Okay, then you have to optimize your page speed. You have to improve user experience for faster conversions, and then you have to build trust. So now you might be wondering, how is that possible that I can build trust in my Google Display Ads campaign? So what you have to do is, you have to display customer testimonials and trust batches in your landing pages, right? Then you have to set up clear call to action. You have to guide visitors, what do you want them to take the desired results. Okay, so this is about landing page optimization. Dedicated landing page, match ad copy to the landing page. You have to optimize for page speed, build trust, and clear call to action. Now we will talk about conversion tracking. Ideally, my dear students, when you set up the Google Display Ads campaign, it's very important that you have to implement conversion tracking. Okay, we have already discussed this in my previous sessions, is search ads and video ads, but again I'll talk about. Okay, you have to measure your website action like form submission of purchases by implementing conversion tracking. I'll show you it in practicals as well. You have to set up goals. Okay, you have to define conversion events to track progress. Then you could also utilize conversion values, right? So in this particular situation, you could assign monetary values to conversion for ROI analysis. Okay, so this is conversion tracking. Now we will talk about bid management and optimization. Once the campaign is live, you have to monitor the performance on daily basis. You have to track key metrics and identify the trends in a Google Display Ads campaign. You have to regularly adjust your bids. You have to optimize bids based on the performance data. You have to keep on pausing underperforming ads. So this is very important. The ads which are not working, you have to pause those ads. Okay, you have to allocate budgets to high performing assets. Assets are your ads. Okay, then you have to utilize ad scheduling. You need to show ads during the peak traffic hours. So to find out the peak traffic hours, so you have to make sure your campaign goes live at a specific budget, so that you have to take the calculated risk. Okay, then you have to keep on testing with different ad variations. You have to continuously keep on improving the ad performance, right? So now we'll talk about leveraging automation. Now, how is it possible that you can leverage automation in your Google Display Ads campaign? So in this particular situation, you have to utilize smart bidding. Let Google optimize your bid automatically. Then you also can implement ad rotation. You can test different ad creatives efficiently. Then you could also set up automated rules. So here it's possible that you could adjust bids or budgets based on the performance triggers. Once you have leveraged automation, then you need to work on your audience expansion. So how is it possible? For audience expansion, you could explore similar audience. You could expand reach to users who are similar to your existing customers, or you could create custom audiences. You could target specific customer segments. So this is about audience expansion. So these are the options available in Google Display Ads campaign when you click on ad targeting. Okay, now is most important here is reporting and analysis. Once your Google Display ad campaign goes live, you have to utilize Google Analytics. You have to gain insight with your website traffic and behavior. Then you have to analyze conversion path. You have to understand customer journey. Then you have to calculate return on ad spend, measure overall campaign effectiveness, then refine strategy based on data. You could make data driven decisions for continuous improvement. So here we'll take the example of Scrum Master certification training. So ideally, I would understand who is my ideal customer for Scrum Master certification training. It could be IT professionals who are aspiring for CSM training, right? And targeting what we will do, whoever is interested in Agile or Scrum or project management or demographics working professionals, right? And ad creative is you could highlight certification benefit, course highlights, or limited time offers here, right? And landing page, you need to have course information, testimonials, clear CTA. So I'll show you how this is done in the practicals, right? So now let's start with the practicals as well. Okay, yeah, okay, so let's get started with the practicals. Yeah, so by these tools, I hope you are pretty clear till now. So now I'll start with the practicals because now I'll be doing the practicals, so my voice can be slightly low. So you can please follow the screen on how am I doing the practicals as well. All right, so let's get started. Yeah, okay.